Hello, I'm Charlie Zisette, Executive Director of the National Armaments Consortium. Today, we're launching the NAC's very first Meet a Member conversation. This will be a series of short discussions with NAC members with the goal of expanding our understanding of who's in the NAC network, learning about some of the innovative work that they're doing, and understanding how this work helps provide our warfighters the technical edge that they need. So let's get to business. We're joined today by Nate Smith, Vice President for Air Force Programs at IS4S. Welcome, Nate, and thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Charlie. It's great talking with you again.
Well, Nate, why don't we start by learning about your work? Tell us a little bit about IS4S and the work that you do there.
Yes, certainly. So, Charlie, as you know, IS4S stands for Integrated Solutions for Systems. And the name is the essence of our company. We are systems integrators. We're an employee-owned, high-end engineering company that specializes in bringing existing technologies together, maybe in a unique way to solve a customer's problem. This skill set is ideally suited for the NAC mission of providing fast, efficient means for design, prototyping, and technical solutions for problems of national interest inside the DoD. And as for myself, I spent more times and years I'd probably like to admit on camera applying this craft to the field of air-delivered armaments, primarily for the Air Force.
Well, so let's move on to some of the projects that you're working on. I know you're very active in seeking awards with both DOTC and the AMTC. I'd love to hear about your work with the next generation area attack weapons. What is it? How does our OTA enable this work to be done faster and at less cost and through a traditional acquisition process?
Yeah, Charlie, always happy to talk about some of our major successes, especially using your OTAs. So next generation area attack, we call NGAL for short, was a DOTC topic we finished up last year. NGAL is a 2,000-pound air-ground weapon designed to replace cluster munitions, previously used to address the surface target sets. Now, as you may know, while we have a lot of them in inventory, the use of cluster munitions are now restricted as a result of international treaties and DoD policy. So hence, the Air Force had an urgent need to develop a replacement capability. The Air Force customers selected the DOTC OTA as their acquisition path to get the system designed, tested, and prototyped, and selected IS4S's DOTC white paper as the best way forward. And we use a development strategy we call the system design agent, which if we had some time today, I'd like to come back and maybe describe in more detail. But to keep focus on your specific question, how does your OTA enable work to be done faster and cheaper? I would say that there are at least three aspects of OTAs that we find useful in acceleration over the traditional acquisition process. So the first, you actually get on contract via NAC OTA is much faster than traditional government source selection. Second, since the OTAs are not FAR-based acquisitions, the flow down clauses for subcontracting is simpler and faster. And since we do subcontract portions of the work when using an STA approach, this is a significant advantage. And third, finally, the flexibility to adjust the work structure and funding alignment with the work is much easier and faster than changes to a FAR-based contract. We found that as an executor in the process, we had the ability to adjust plans as changes dictated and not be slowed down by the time-consuming acquisition processes.
I understand that this work is going into production. Is that right?
Yes, Charlie, that's right. We finished up the final prototyping and test work, and the government program office was able to work their acquisition plans for production. Again, using our SCA approach, the government was able to compete the production contracts with full and open competition. As a matter of fact, they're able to split the production awards into 2 awards, and both awards being to small businesses, therefore ensuring that they kept competition deep into the NGAL lifecycle. This competition is a key tenet of our STA approach. As you may know, for this effort, we went from requirements to solution in 24 months and won the Air Force nominee for the David Packard Excellence in Acquisition Award. And just this week, I had an opportunity to meet with the Air Force material leader for NGAL, and his comment was, we're going to buy a lot of these to fill the weapons bunkers with this great new capability. It's always nice to see a delighted customer, but more importantly, it's always nice to meet a significant warfighter need.
Absolutely. Well, I do want to circle back to the system design agent approach. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, certainly, Charlie. I'd mentioned the SCA term several times, so it's great that we have an opportunity to spend a couple minutes describing it. As I mentioned, one of the key tenets of the SCA process is to provide the government with the capability to continue competition throughout the life cycle of the system, thus avoiding what we call vendor lock, which most of our weapon systems end up in. What this essentially means is the government has nowhere else to go to get more of the system or make necessary changes to their existing systems. With our approach, we ensure the government will always have the means and ability to bring competition into the system. The second major tenet of the SCA process is speed and agility during the development. Our small high-end engineering team's mantra is to attack the technical work in front of us while ignoring the bureaucracy that spins around us. This is the philosophy we call speed with discipline. And that coupled with your NAC OTA processes are a perfect combination for going fast. Historically, we have shown using your processes and our process with the OTA result in about a 50% reduction in cost and schedule.
It's just incredible. Well, all right, last question. Let's go to the bigger picture. So why do you engage? What do you get out of it? And what tips can you give others on how they can be successful in this work?
So Charlie, hope you see that what we see in the big picture. What you provide in the NAC OTAs are key to our success as a business. The combination of your processes and ours have fueled a lot of growth as a business for us over the last several years. But most importantly, we brought significant gains for our warfighters.
Well, I cannot tell you how grateful I am, Nate, for all the work that you're doing and to IS4S. That's about all the time we have for today. Again, thanks to you and also for the support that you're doing for the Air Force and for our warfighters. And to everyone who's watching, thank you for your work. If you have any questions for Nate or myself, please feel free to reach out to us. And everybody have a great day. And Nate, you have a great day.
Hey, thanks, Charlie.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.